Hey everyone, welcome back to another deep dive episode. I'm Yogesh, and I'm thrilled to be talking about something that's become the norm for so many of us, digital communication and virtual teams.
And I'm Lily. Whether you're leading a global remote team or collaborating across time zones, digital communication is no longer just a skill, it's a strategic necessity. And today, we're unpacking it over the next 3 hours.
We'll break it into themes, from communication tools and team dynamics to leadership challenges, productivity hacks, and even cultural nuances.
Let's dive right in. Grab your coffee or tea. We're going to explore the digital world of teamwork in depth. Segment 1. The rise of virtual teams.
Yogesh, when you think back to even 5 years ago, the idea of managing an entirely virtual team was rare. What changed?
3 things: cloud technology, global talent access, and of course, the pandemic. Suddenly, virtual teams became the default rather than the exception.
Right. Tools like Zoom, Slack, Teams, they enable real-time communication, but they also introduced a different kind of complexity, didn't they?
Definitely. Miscommunication increased. Emojis couldn't always replace tone, and you needed more intentionality in every message.
So true. And asynchronous work, one of the biggest advantages, also became a challenge. When people don't work at the same time, clarity becomes king.
Exactly. We'll talk about that in our next segment. Segment 2. Synchronous versus asynchronous communication.
Let's define it first. Synchronous is live, calls, meetings, instant messages. Asynchronous is delayed, emails, recorded videos, shared documents.
Each has its role. Real-time is great for brainstorming, feedback loops, quick decisions, but async is better for deep work, reflection, and documentation.
I've seen teams thrive when they define when to use each. For example, only urgent issues go on chat. Everything else moves to a project board.
And async creates equity. Introverts, people in different time zones, those with caregiving responsibilities, they all can contribute meaningfully.
But the catch, you need to be disciplined about writing well, updating statuses, and over-communicating context.
Communication hygiene. Yes, let's talk about that next. Segment 3. Digital communication hygiene. Yogesh, have you ever had a project go wrong just because people didn't know who was doing what?
Oh, yes. Lack of clarity kills momentum. In digital teams, assumptions multiply, so communication hygiene becomes essential.
Some examples: clear subject lines, using tags like action required or FYI, structured notes after every meeting, decision logs.
And not flooding chat with thanks messages. I love when people use threads properly, label files, and update task boards regularly.
It's about reducing cognitive overload. Everyone's already juggling apps, tools, and channels.
That brings us to another important topic: choosing the right tools.
So many tools out there: Zoom, Slack, Notion, ClickUp, Google Workspace, Trello, Miro, Loom. It's overwhelming.
Each tool solves a problem. The key is not to use too many or the wrong ones. Zoom fatigue is real, so is Slack anxiety.
I recommend mapping tools to workflows. For example, brainstorming Miro, manage tasks in Asana, document in Notion, and use Loom for updates.
And always onboard the team. Don't assume people know how to use these tools effectively. Training is critical.
Also, digital literacy varies. What feels intuitive to one person might be frustrating to another.
Which leads us into the next part: building trust in digital teams. Yogesh, without water cooler chats or hallway banter, how do you build trust?
You have to manufacture serendipity. Schedule informal coffee chats, use Slack channels for hobbies, celebrate birthdays, even if virtually.
And don't forget transparency. Share goals, updates, blockers openly. It builds credibility and alignment.
Also, psychological safety. People need to feel safe disagreeing, asking questions, or raising concerns.
Leaders must model this, admit mistakes, be vulnerable, encourage feedback.
I also believe remote teams need rituals. Weekly wins, Friday shoutouts, virtual offsites, they all foster belonging.
Segment 6. Leading virtual teams. Yogesh, leading a virtual team isn't the same as leading in person. What's the biggest shift?
You have to become a facilitator rather than a commander. You can't micromanage every moment. You have to trust outcomes.
And communication frequency matters more than duration. Short, regular check-ins beat long monthly meetings.
Clarity is the leader's superpower. Roles, expectations, timelines. You have to make the invisible visible.
Also, leading with empathy. You don't always know what's going on behind the screen. Context is everything.
Which is why great leaders listen more than they talk. They coach, they align, they support.
Segment 7. Challenges and future trends. Yogesh, let's talk challenges. Burnout, isolation, over-communication, under-communication.
And tool fatigue, lack of visibility, onboarding issues. But the future looks promising, with AI-driven summaries, intelligent assistants, and smart collaboration layers.
Hybrid is here to stay. The winners will be those who invest in digital fluency, emotional intelligence, and systems thinking.
Well said. And I think we'll also see the rise of asynchronous first cultures, especially in global startups.
Closing reflections. Yogesh, this has been a rich conversation. Digital communication and virtual teamwork aren't going anywhere, but they require thoughtful design.
Absolutely. It's not about replicating office culture online. It's about reimagining work in a way that's more inclusive, flexible, and focused.
To everyone listening, invest in your communication skills, refine your tools, and build trust intentionally.
And remember, great remote teams don't happen by accident. They're built one conversation at a time.
Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, keep learning and leading, digitally and humanely.